Welcome everyone to another WION review. As always, I'm your host Scottish Warrior 92, and this was a WION review that was probably one of my most requested, because after I showed my DVD library and the Warrior's Lair, a lot of people requested me to review a specific film, which they saw. I should have grabbed this as well, but I forgot. Which they saw that I had two copies of it. I had the two copies of James Cameron's Avatar. Just a quick iterate to everyone. This is just the movie. This is the collector's edition. I'm going to be just reviewing the movie, so I don't know what one to use. I like this cover more, so eyeball go away. But yeah, I have two copies. I was an idiot. Now that probably assumes that you think I absolutely adore the film, but I actually have some criticism about this film. So in this WION review, I'm going to give you my honest opinion of James Cameron's Avatar. So let's dive right into this and answer the simple question: is Avatar worth it or not? Okay, so I'm going to get I have a couple of gripes with this film. Firstly, one of my major gripes is the name. I know that's kind of nitpicking, but this isn't just me that thinks this. Quite a few people think this, especially if you're a fan of a certain TV series, which was called Avatar: The Legend of Aang. For other people may know the other title with the Shyamalan movie, The Last Airbender. We don't talk about that movie. That movie is on the horizon in the future, maybe. In fact, if you want to see, I already did if you want to see a really good review of it, go check out Alex the Hunter's review. He does a great review of it. I even have a cameo in it where I die. Don't worry, I go bear. But I was a fan of Avatar before this film came out. The Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Legend of Aang. That was the film name of the TV series I watched. But they had to change the title of the series after this film came out, because this film got a lot of freaking money to The Last Airbender. It's a wee bit of a nitpick I've got with this, because the new series of this Avatar, which I still call it Avatar, by the way, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra. It should be called Avatar: The Legend of Korra, but it's called The Last Airbender, even though there are not more airbenders. That's beside the point. Avatar, anytime someone mentions me Avatar, I think of The Last Airbender. Otherwise, that's the second thing I think. I don't think of James Cameron's Avatar right away. Someone says, "So what, did you like Avatar?" And then I go, "What, you mean the legend? What, you mean Aang?" And then I have to say that because they could mean this or they could mean that, because that's just the way I am. So that's a nitpick I've got. But of course, I'm not here to nitpick. No, wait, I am. But let me, of course, recap the story of Avatar for the 3.5 people, maybe, that don't know the story. But the story of Avatar follows the character of Jake Sully, who basically got roped into going on a new mission. Basically, he's an ex-marine who has lost the ability to use his legs. Coincidentally, he has a twin brother. Don't worry, his twin brother isn't in it long. He gets killed off screen. Who was a scientist working on a project to go to a planet called Pandora and study the indigenous life forms called the Na'vi, which are basically about 12 feet tall, blue people with cute cat ears, cute puppy dog eyes, and cute little scrunchy nose. Don't go there just yet. Save that for the last bit. Come on. But that is basically the story, and he slowly but surely gets to know the Na'vi pretty well, eventually falling in love with one of them, blah blah blah. You all know the fucking story. That's the recap. As it is, I try and keep my reviews spoiler free as possible. Now, let me just get the good things out of the way, because I can guarantee this review is actually going to be a bit of a big chunk of the negatives, because I do have a couple of bad points about this movie that I really want to say, but let's talk about let's talk about the positives first. Firstly, Avatar is one of the most gorgeous looking movies I have ever seen. Even after rewatching it, it is still a visually stunning movie. This movie, I think, was in the works for, what, 7 years? I'm not 100% certain, but James Cameron worked on this for a long ass time. This is one of the most visually stunning movies I have ever seen, and probably you will ever see. It really does look realistic. It's very well done. The CGI is spectacular in this. The character models for the Na'vi are fantastic. The visuals of Pandora are jaw-droppingly beautiful, and is one of the few films that I would recommend if they ever did re-release it in cinema, I would go and see it in 3D. This Avatar done 3D right. 3D is a major gimmick at the moment. It's been a gimmick for the past few years, and I hate 3D because most films don't take advantage of what 3D really is meant to be, me personally. I like 3D like Avatar. I really hate calling it that, but I like it like this, where it makes you look like you're actually in the film. You're actually in the surrounding areas of Pandora. I loved that. I really did love the look of that. And that's the best part of this film, in my opinion, the visual appeal to it. The characters as well, most of the characters, of one or two exceptions of a few, are reasonably likeable. There are a couple that I will get to in my negatives. But overall, the story is... I'll get to that. But visually stunning, and it definitely deserved the awards that it got for visually stunning. A lot of people were saying this deserved more awards. I think it got the right amount of awards for the visual look of it and the art style. That's what I think it deserved when it first came out. So that's basically the good thing about it. As I say, the story is really good as well, but I have something else to say on the story as well. That's the good stuff. So if you're an Avatar or a James Cameron fanboy, here's my advice for you: fuck off. I don't do politeness, just fuck off, because I'm about to just tell you what I didn't like about this film. Okay, when Avatar first came out... So wait, if you're still here, you're not a fanboy? Or a fangirl? Okay, because I really can't be bothered with your bullshit. Here it is. When Avatar first came out, I was a sucker. I went to see it once. I didn't see it multiple times. I saw it once. And that was good enough for me. Since I have 2 copies of it. Yeah, I'm a dingbat, I know. But I very rarely, this is just the way I am, I very rarely follow the reviews. Like, very few reviews I follow, because a lot of reviews are overhyped and overanalyzed. Like, the only reviews I really watch are comedic reviews, like Spoonie, Nostalgica before he was done, Linkara, Jesu Otaku. I like those kind of reviews. I don't really like the reviews of modern films. And what the fuck am I doing? I'm reviewing a modern film, because I don't really like the mainstream ones. That's what I'm trying to get across. A lot of the mainstream ones fucking blew James Cameron left, right, and fucking centre. They literally bent over and says, James Cameron, have your way with us, we'll give you a 10 out of 10. Because this film, Avatar, got fucking 10s across the fucking board in most places that I saw. A couple of 9s, couple of 8s, and anyone that said it wasn't good got attacked by the fucking James Cameron mob, and they disappeared and were never seen again. They were shipped into the Titanic. And I know, like, James Cameron is a fantastic director. He did Terminator 2, he did Titanic, he did Avatar. Those are the only 3 films I know him for. He probably has done more. I think he done Aliens. I'm not 100% certain about that, but I don't know. I can't be guaranteed, sorry. But he is good at what he does, which is this. He takes an existing concept and makes it good. That's the only thing he does right. Terminator 2 was actually his best film, in my opinion. That's for James Cameron, because it's the best sequel I've ever seen, in my opinion. Titanic, a stock love story on the Titanic. The only reason it made money, in my opinion, is because it was about the fucking Titanic. I'm sorry, that's the only reason it made money, and it was a good film. It was a good film. It is not one of my all-time favourite films of all time, but it is a good film. It was one of the few films that have actually made me shed a little tear. Very few films get me weeping. But here's the thing. James Cameron is good at that. He's good at taking a stock idea for a story and making it really good. Avatar is no exception. One of the biggest fucking things I hated when I saw this film again, and also after doing a bit of research on there, is people basically saying this. James Cameron's Avatar has the most original story I have seen in my life. Fuck you! I'm sorry, I hate to be the bearer of fucking bad news. James Cameron took a stock photo, basically a stock story, put his own spin on it, and it made a fucking fortune. I accept that. I respect Avatar for that. But Avatar is far from an original idea. I'm sorry. The blue people, fair enough, but even then, they're meant to be cutesy-wootsy. They're meant to have all the... I think Red Letter Media said it best. They've got the Disney eyes. They've got the big puppy dog eyes, which, even though I like the look of the Na'vi, they're too cutesy. They are too cutesy-wootsy. James Cameron knew what he was doing when they were designing them, was make them as cute as fucking possible. And they are cute. There's no ifs or buts about it. He gave them all the fucking cute traits. But the story is the thing that really, in my opinion, is the weaker part of Avatar. It's still a good story, but it's not original. I really hate people that say that Avatar is an original idea, when it isn't. There are dozens of films that have had the same message, which, if you can't tell from Avatar, is the big bad corporation and the military are evil, nature-loving tree huggers are good. It's a nature film. It's a, what's the fucking word again? It's I keep forgetting the thing. I think it's like a nature film. Basically, fuck, but I can't really think of the word. Basically, it's an environmental film. That's what it is. Avatar is an environmental film. That's what it is. This isn't the first fucking environmental film that's been ever made. Now, I haven't seen a lot of the films a lot of people think pop today, like Dancing with Wolves. I've never seen it. And a couple other ones. The only ones I've really seen are the cartoon ones, like Fern Gully and all that. But I can tell you right now, Avatar is far from the original idea, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing. As I say, James Cameron is really good at taking stock stories and making them good. That's it, though. Avatar is not an original idea. The Pandora is fair enough. That's kind of an original idea. It's nothing. I have seen some similar to it, but it's an original idea. The visuals are an original idea. I accept that, but the story is not. The story is stock. It's probably filmmaking 101, how to make an environmental movie. It really does piss me off when people fucking say that it's an original idea when it's not. I know Avatar made a fuck ton of money. It made over $1 billion in fucking theatres alone, not including fucking DVD sales, which I am now a contributor of 2. But I accept that. It's a good film. I just think it's one of the most overrated films I've ever fucking seen. Now, I'm one of these people that if you tell me something is absolutely fantastic, it's the best thing since sliced fucking bread, I'm like, really? You couldn't just say, go check this shit, go check this thing out, you might like it? I really hate it when people tell me, oh my god, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, I had to steal it from the bum. I really hate it when people do that. And same with like books or animes or TV series. If people tell me it's the greatest thing they've ever seen in their life, I'm like, why did you have to tell me that? Why? You've spoiled it for me now. I really do hate it when people do that. I like to discover things for myself. If you just say, check this film out, I'll go, okay, I'll check the film out. I'll give my honest opinion on it. Check this game out, I'll check it out. Check this book out, I'll check it out. Check this song out, I'll check this song out. As it says, Avatar is overrated. That's what I'm trying to get across. I really do hate people that say this film because the movie is filled with stock premises and stereotypes. For fuck's sake, the military guy, the bad guy in this, the big scar guy, I can't remember his fucking name because all I think about is call him Cowboy. Because all he's fucking missing is a banjo and a fucking cowboy hat and a bit of straw in his mouth to go, yeehaw, I'm gonna fucking cut down your trees and make oil, yeah! That's all he's fucking missing. It's just... And of course, it's the same message, the big bad corporation are evil. I just really hate it when people go, oh, this is the most original movie they've ever seen in their life. It is not the fucking most original film. No fucking film is original. Every film is a rip-off of another film, but taken in a different light. There are very few original ideas out there anymore. Avatar is not one of them. Avatar is a interesting thing like the Na'vi, which is basically just a few letters short of naive, don't you think? And the visuals and the way it looks was groundbreaking. Yes, I accept that. I respect Avatar and James Cameron for doing that with this movie. I don't hate the film. I like Avatar. I just think it's overrated. Like, I've had people say to me that Avatar is the greatest film they've ever seen and is in their top fucking 10. I've even had people say it's their #1 film of all time, and it makes me go, what? How can you... If that's your if you think Avatar is the greatest movie that's ever been made, fair enough. I respect different people's opinion. If you give me a legit reason why, I will say okay. I just don't get it. There are definitely better films than this. Let's see. Just looking at my DVD collection right now. Let's see. What film do I think's better? Fly Away Home, a better film. It has a in fact, I'll grab it right now. Actually, Fly Away Home. For those that haven't seen it, it's really a really good film in my opinion. It has a very similar message to Avatar. It's basically not the exact same. It isn't fully environmental, but it has a similar message to Avatar. I like this film more than I like Avatar. Avatar's a good film, yes, but Fly Away Home I like better. So if you'll excuse me, just stick this back. Just having a quick look here. Hot Fuzz is a bit. Well, I can't really say that. I'm just having a wee look here. Fuck, I've got too many films. I've got a fuck ton of films there, but I can Sherlock Holmes 2, Ip Man 2, Gran Torino, Hancock, The Law-Abiding Citizen. All those films I've mentioned, I prefer over this. Avatar is it's not a great film, it's a good film in my time. It's an above average film. It's still a good film that I could watch every now and then. It's not a film I could watch every single fucking time I want. Like, if I could choose one DVD from my collection to watch for the rest of my fucking life and never watch anyone ever again, I would probably pick, I don't know, maybe Hot Fuzz or Ip Man 2. I would not pick Avatar. Avatar is just really, I really hate it when people fucking say that it's the greatest film that's ever been made, and I'm like, no, it's freaking not. It's one of the most visually stunning films I've ever seen, yes. And then there was also the debate with people saying Avatar deserved this many Oscars, Avatar deserved Best Picture Oscar. No, it fucking didn't. It didn't deserve Best Picture. It wasn't the Best Picture of that year. I also can't remember any other films that came out that year. Oh wait, no, the other film that came out, the other Avatar film that came out, The Last Airbender. Yeah, back to this. I can't remember a lot of films that came out. I've got a really shit memory when it comes to movies. The only reason I remember Avatar is because it was fucking drilled into my head at that point and I could not forget it. And I admit it's a good film. I got the fucking collector's edition. That should say something. I liked it enough to get the fucking... I liked it enough to buy 2. That should say a lot. In fact, I'm probably going to get rid of this eventually. I don't know what I'm going to do with it though, because I don't need 2 copies of the same film. Anyone want it? I'm kidding. I don't know, I might put it on eBay and sell it on there. I don't know, I'll think about it. But, yeah, I'm not saying Avatar's a bad film. I think it's overrated. I honestly do. Avatar is one of the most overrated films I've ever seen and heard. I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's still a good film. James Cameron is still a fantastic director. But please, bear in mind that the message, the environmental message that they're trying to portray in Avatar has been done before and has been done better. I really like the film. It's still enjoyable. I will watch it anytime I want. Anytime I'm feeling like it, I'll stick it on. But please bear in mind, this is my opinion. Is Avatar... Let me answer the simple question, which you've all been waiting. I've been rambling for near enough 20 minutes about it. Is Avatar worth it or not? I'm going to say yes. Avatar is worth your money to watch. Visually, it is great to watch. The story is still very decent. But one thing really pisses me off. I got this when it was new. As you can see, it's in pretty good nick. Pretty damn good nick for when I got it new. Same with this. This is still in pretty good fucking nick. This is actually near... The only thing it's missing is the wrapping. I was doing the tune yesterday and I saw Avatar being re-released along with all of another James Cameron movie, Titanic, and they were charging full fucking price for them. Titanic especially, I wouldn't pay £22 for. They were asking £22 for a copy of Avatar, which all the difference was it was a Blu-ray and it was in 3D. No! Don't pay £20 for this. Don't pay $20 for it. You know how much you should pay for an Avatar now? It says, I bought this new, which was about, I don't know, £15? You can find a copy of Avatar for about a tenner, a fiver. Don't pay fucking £22 for it. If you want to get it, go ahead. I'm not going to fucking do it. But Avatar is worth your money and it's definitely worth you checking out. It is a really good film. It's still enjoyable. it's just overrated. Bear that in mind. This is just my opinion. I just think Avatar is an overrated film. It doesn't mean I hate it. I still enjoy it. I just think it's overrated. So please bear that in mind, okay? So hopefully you've enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching. And overall, Avatar is still a good film. I still enjoy watching it every now and then. I just think it's overrated because the story is stock. And there are too many stereotypes in the film that really bug me. Especially the fucking bad command. The redneck commander who was just missing his banjo and a fucking cowboy hat. And the message as well, as I say, has been done before and it's been done better. Avatar forces it down your throat in some cases, which really pisses me off. I really hate it when movies try and force a message down your throat, and Avatar does that in fucking spades. It's still a good film. I would definitely still say check it out. It is definitely worth it. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm not bashing the film. I'm just saying it's overrated. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I'm Scottish Warrior 92, and I'll see you all later. Ciao for now. Mwah.